been a sweltering evening for Lincoln, Nebraska and Midland, Michigan. One of these two teams will punch their ticket to tomorrow's championship game, where they'll face the Barbers from Portland, Oregon. A surprising upset victory over Tupelo, Mississippi in game one of our semis doubleheader. And now it'll be either Midland or Lincoln trying to join Portland in tomorrow's title tilt. Evan Lepler with Steve Woodard. Welcome to the 99th American Legion World Series here in Shelby. Woody, certainly shockwaves sent by Portland. Tupelo had looked almost invincible. Joe Duran told me after the game they lose that game 9 out of 10 times, but 1 out of 10 they win it.
Yes.
And now we see who joins the Barbers in the finals.
Very shocking. I thought Mississippi had probably one of the best teams here. Now this game here, both these teams are familiar here to Shelby, so I think it's going to be a really good game.
You're right. Two familiar teams, a lot of great stories to tell. We'll get you up to speed on everything you need to know. But right now, let's send you down to the field as we honor America with the singing of the national anthem. Off at second, Kalai Larson's on the mound. He'll bat second as well. The athletic center fielder Delay Odolate hits third, with Braden Erickson catching and cleaning up ahead of Cade Anderson, the power hitting first baseman. Trevor Roach is at third. Huxton Cott plays left today. Jackson Makovica at shortstop with Larson on the mound, and Sam Sutko rounds out the post 500 order in right field, batting ninth. And they'll be taking their swings against the Midland right-hander Jimmy Sequin in Shelby, but he pitched great in the regional, and his older brother was a part of this Midland team just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, we've seen his older brother here. He's a 28 grad, 2028 class. In the regional, he was 1-0 in 2 appearances, and they say he's one of their best, so looking forward to watching him pitch.
So Sequin gets the start. 6 innings in this past, 2 Sundays ago in the regional clincher for Midland. They've won their region 11 times in the last 18 years. And here's the defense for Midland post 165. Arian Pujabi in left, Owen Dominowski in center, Gabe Wegener in right. We might see Wegener on the mound later today after Sequin. It's Roper at third, Tabor Edwards Benner at short, Kyler Smith at second, Jaden Miske at first, and Caden Nieto, who hit a grand slam here on Thursday morning to get Midland going. He's doing the catching for Sequin.
Well, you was talking about Nieto. He was here year before last, and he's the leader of this team, the catcher. You can see him there, and he's a big guy out there on that field for this Michigan team.
As crazy as it sounds, it's only 90 degrees right now, according to my weather app, Woody. It has been warmer than that for most of the World Series, which began this past Thursday, about 40 miles west of Charlotte in the lovely small town of Shelby, North Carolina. The home of the World Series since 2011. This is the 99th edition of the ALWS. Only 3 teams are still alive to potentially win it. By the end of the night, we'll be down to 2. Here we go. Ball 1 up high to Brody McIntyre, and we're underway. Drew Meadows is the home plate umpire with Mike Wagner at first. Nick Stevens has the calls at second, Jim Clayton at third. Pop down the right field line, foul ground. Miske is over there, and he's got the room. 1 away. McIntyre pops out to start the first.
Well, we have a lot of room over there, Evan. We've seen Miske all week go over there and have some tough plays, but that was a real good catch against the fence.
Midland, Michigan, led by Dan Cronkrite. He's been managing this program since 2019. He's been coaching it for 27 years, and he played for it when he was of age. He's 63 now, so you can do the math of when he was between 15 and 19. He played for this Midland Berry Hill post 165 program that, along with Brooklawn, New Jersey, and Idaho Falls, Idaho, and Troy, Alabama, has been one of the truly elite, consistent Legion programs. Every year you expect them to be in contention.
You do, and you know, every year. I've been here for 9 years, and it seems like I see them every single year.
They weren't here last year. They fell just short, taken down in the regional.
Then the year before, they finished runner-up.
That's right. The runner-up the year before that was Lincoln, Nebraska. So both these teams have been to the finals. And Larson draws the 5-pitch walk with 1 out to give our game its first base runner. Midland lost to Troy, Alabama 5-3 in the final 2 years ago. Lincoln, Nebraska lost a 1-0 heartbreaker to League City, Texas 3 years ago. So one of these teams will get back to the final and face a Portland Barbers team that's in the final for the first time. DeLeo Delate, very talented center fielder, packs a lot of pop into his swing.
And he had been struggling a lot, you know, at the regional. He had a real rough regional, but I tell you what, he had 2 hits yesterday, Evan. He's hoping to keep it going. 1 for 17 actually at the regional.
2 hits yesterday, his first 2 of the World Series. He has walked 4 times in the 3 pool play games. Lincoln going 2-1 in pool play. Off to the right. Lincoln's lone loss came against Tupelo, Mississippi. They will not get a chance to avenge that loss because it's Portland awaiting them in the finals. Portland Midland played yesterday in a pretty intriguing game that literally came down to the very end in a 4-3 walk-off. It was a walk that ended it with strange circumstances.
There's a lot of crazy circumstances in that game.
Sequin deals 0-2, up and in.
But the game before, you know, we're talking about Oregon getting into the finals. I think that may have been a surprise to a lot of people, but Mississippi had a good team.
Yeah, their offense, particularly their clutch hitting, went quiet today in some big moments.
Yeah, but they, you know, they had 4 errors that they made today that just really cost them big late.
They did not take care of the ball.
Yeah, as our man Dan Cronkite always says, take care of the ball.
Swing and a miss, runner going. That's strike 3, but it's a stolen base for Larson. So Odalate back to the dugout. 2 away.
Evan, I thought that might have been a double play right there because, I mean, I'd love to see that one again. Look, the batter, Odalate, went across the plate on the throw, but it was late. He was late going across.
Interesting. Now that Larson takes second, now he's going to get a courtesy runner. One of the new rules this year. With 2 outs, Larson on the mound. The pitcher or the catcher can take a courtesy runner, and Easton Lunn now the base runner at second base for the Rugs.
And why you're saying that's weird is because Larson is a very good base runner.
And he didn't take it immediately.
But he's
stole second.
Yeah, but he's pitching, so they're getting him out. But that, like you said, that is weird because he stole second, then they put a runner in.
Braden Erickson stands in from the right side against Jimmy Sequin. 0-1, line to left, sharply hit. Punjabi lost his footing and it gets by him. Lincoln takes the lead, and Braden Erickson wraps around second and holds there with a double. One nothing Nebraska.
Well, you and I were talking about it before the game, and if those guys could get on in front of Erickson and he could do his job, it was going to be a good day for Nebraska. Punjabi just slipped just slightly, and it was hard for him to be able to make that play.
Absolutely hammered by Braden Erickson. His second extra base hit of the World Series. He's now 4 for 9 at bat. And an early 1-0 lead for Lincoln, Nebraska. Here's Cade Anderson, the talented first baseman, also just heading into his junior year at Lincoln East High School.
And I think we actually had another courtesy runner out at second. I think it's Brennan Greesh. He came in to run for Erickson.
You are right, Woody. Good catch. See how Sequin responds. 0-2. Missed outside with a fastball. Chatted briefly with Dan Cronk right before the game. Asked him about his right-hander, Jimmy Sequin. He says he's a gamer. He will battle. 3 pitches. Fastball in the mid-80s. Curveball popped up by Anderson. Behind the plate, it's Nieto. And the side is retired, but Erickson with a 2-out RBI. And those in short elimination games loom large. After half an inning, it's Lincoln, Nebraska 1, Midland, Michigan coming up with a spot in the ALWS championship game on the line. Short leading off, the pitcher Jimmy Sequin bats second. Caden Nieto catches and bats third, with Jaden Miski cleaning up at first. Gabe Wegener in right, Jay Roper at third. Aryan Punjabi got handcuffed defensively last inning and left. Owen Dominowski plays center, and Kyler Smith bats ninth and plays second base against the flame-throwing right-hander for Lincoln, Nebraska, Kalai Larson, one of the 8 members of this Lincoln team that's back from last year. They fell short in pool play last year. Woody had an opportunity to play their way into the semis on Sunday, couldn't do it, went home, looking for redemption here in 2026.
Yeah, we saw Kalai come in yesterday in the game, you know, and come in and got the save and struck out 4 guys. It was a big situation. He came in and was able to get them out of it.
Yeah, Kalai was electric.
You liked him, you know. We talked about it after the game.
Last couple innings against New Jersey. See how he fares against Edwards Benner in this Midland, Michigan lineup. 2 innings credited with the save. Just threw 24 pitches, so available to come back the very next day. Michael Lonnick says they're going to have him empty the tank, give them all they've got. Kalai Larson, named after the wedding song that his parents used at their wedding. His parents, Landon and Melissa, who are both here, their first dance was to the song Collide by the artist Kalai, and that is why he is named Kalai.
Get some good info. That's good.
2-2 to Edwards Benner. And Kalai's dad, Landon, was here throughout the tournament.
Yeah.
His mom, Melissa, flew in this morning and surprised him.
That's awesome.
Swing and a miss, and down goes Tabor Edwards Benner. Larson picks up where he left off yesterday. Defensively behind Larson, the thing to note is Makovica's playing short. Kalai Larson has been at short most of the time. In the outfield, it's Cotton, Modelate, and Sutko. Roach at third. Mentioned Makovica at short, with Brody McIntyre and Cade Anderson on the right side. Braden Erickson doing the catching. And a big swing and a miss from Jimmy Sequin. Pitcher versus pitcher right here. Both these guys not only pitching, but batting in the 2 slot for their respective team.
Both very good hitters and very good pitchers.
Kalai wears number 1. Jimmy wears number 2.
You're seeing that fastball, that electric fastball you talked about. We've seen it up to 93 already up on the board.
0-2 to Sequin. Ball one high. This Midland, Michigan offense has scored 20 runs in their first 3 games. It's the second most of anybody in pool play. Only Tupelo scored more, 23 runs. To shortstop, first opportunity for Makovica, and he handles it well. 2 away. That brings up Caden Nieto, who's one of the 3 players still on Midland that was in the championship game here 2 years ago. Nieto, Miski, who's on deck, and Landon Love, who pitched in relief yesterday. The 3 guys that were part of that 2024 squad that made it all the way to the finals.
If you remember Nieto, he's lost about 25 pounds, Evan, better shape, worked on his offensive line. And he's at Kellogg Junior College, which is one of the top junior colleges in the country, and they were in the World Series, D2 World Series this past year.
Appeal to first. They said he went so quickly. Nieto down 0-2. Nieto hit the grand slam here in his second plate appearance on Thursday. He does not have a hit since. He's 1 for 9 overall with that grand slam. And that just missed. Everybody in the field wearing a Lincoln jersey took a step toward the dugout as that curveball dropped in. But the right arm of Drew Meadows did not rise.
It was at the top of the zone a little bit. It was borderline.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. That's well done by Kalai Larson. He strikes out 2 in an efficient 13 pitch first. And after 1 here in the semifinals, it's Lincoln, Nebraska 1, Midland, Michigan nothing here in the American Legion World Series. All participating, and this event is so special to attend, to experience, especially here in Shelby, which has made this American Legion World Series feel so at home since 2011. And you drive around the community, you see signage everywhere. The support from the local community. You've talked about the volunteers, the free meals, which I know you've enjoyed. There's Trevor Roach lining it out to center. And well played by Owen Dominowski. 1 gone here in the top of the second. How many of those free meals have you had yourself?
Well, I haven't eaten anything. You know, they do over 900 free meals, and but you know, that's what they do. This community is amazing. What they do here in Shelby is a great home, and over 1,000 volunteers.
Huxton Cott steps in from the right side, squared to bunt, and takes ball 1 high. Cott just 1 for 10 at the plate, looking to get going. Sequin deals a breaking ball. 1-0 lead for Lincoln on the 2-out RBI double from Braden Erickson in the top of the first. 2-1. Pool play began on Thursday. Each of the 8 regional champions from around the country had 3 pool play games in the span of 4 days. Lincoln, the runners-up in their pool. Midland, Michigan, 3-0 atop their pool. Walking off against Portland yesterday. Could be a much more meaningful Midland-Portland game tomorrow. Michigan can rally back tonight. There's a swing and a miss, and down goes Cott. Second strikeout for Jimmy Sequin. 2 gone here in the top of the second.
Jimmy Sequin's, just like we said, changing speeds, throwing strikes, and nice little tight breaking ball down and away.
Well, in pool play, Midland allowed the fewest runs of anybody, which speaks to their pitching and their defense. Makovica loops it out to right field. That's going to be a 2-out hit. Jackson Makovica is now 2 for 4 at the plate with a walk and limited opportunities. But a 2-out knock here to prolong things in the top of the second. We'll see if Sam Sutko can keep the rally going, but if nothing else, it means that Brody McIntyre at the top of the order, leads off in the third. Midland only allowed 9 runs in their 3 pool play games, only 6 of which were earned. Dan Cronkite said there was a stretch there where we didn't take care of the baseball, but we didn't give in. We didn't let it defeat us. We stayed mentally tough, and he liked that about his team.
Yeah, they did. They've, as an offense, they hit 260 as a team, but the other teams that they were playing didn't take care of the ball.
Midland also drew 18 walks in their 3 games, which was tied for the second most of anybody through pool play.
Well, both these teams put the ball in play. They're going to make things happen.
It is so cool to think about the history just in every dugout. Like a guy like Dan Cronkite literally played for this team decades ago. Now he's managing them, brings them back to this level.
Michael Lonick, yeah, look at him. He was here, with Omaha.
As an assistant.
And then, here over the last few years as a head coach.
2-1. That's down and in. 3 balls and a strike. And Dane Peavy, I believe, is the only coach that's taken 2 different posts.
Arkansas
as the head coach, and then Bossier City.
Yeah, they were good.
Three 3-1, swing and a miss. Sutko comes up empty. The count runs full.
And talking about all those teams throughout American Legion, Minnesota's right there at the top with like 390 teams, and then Nebraska of all the states is number 2 with 278 American Legion teams.
A lot of teams you got to beat to be the state champs. Fouled back by Sutko, the runner off on the 3-2 pitch. I said because Tupelo lost, Lincoln won't have a chance for revenge. But Portland was the team that actually beat them on Sunday in pool play last year and knocked them out.
You're right.
That just missed outside. Sutko draws the walk. And now 2 on for Brody McIntyre back at the top of the order as Lincoln aims to get another crack at the Portland Barbers tomorrow night. Just missed.
Just outside. And congratulations, Joseph Duran and Portland, for making it to the finals.
He was pumped and he was relieved. Oh, McIntyre gets hit on the elbow. Bases are loaded. 3 straight men reaching with 2 outs here in the second. And Kalai Larson has a big chance to help himself out as the Midland pitching coach heads to the mound.
Well, we saw them. They get hit a lot.
Yeah, is that kosher, Woody?
Well, they like to wear that, the little arm.
He moved that elbow out toward the baseball.
That's hard. I wonder how hard. I'm not an umpire, but I wonder how hard it is for an umpire to actually see that, the home plate umpire.
Well, there are a lot of things that decide these games, but along with taking care of the ball and doing a good job not playing sloppy in the field, it's all about clutch hitting.
It is. Well, it is. And, the funny thing, you always hear me up here talking about bunting, how it's a lost art. Today, Mississippi couldn't get out with a bunt when there was a bunt put down and, made an error on it. And that was the difference in that game.
Kalai Larson walked and scored in the first. Technically, he gets credit for the run, even though it was his courtesy runner, Easton Lund, that crossed the plate. Kalai's 3 for 9 with the bat, 2 singles and a double, 1 RBI, and now a couple walks. He has not struck out yet in the tournament. Ball and a strike to Larson. Chatted briefly with Kalai in the dugout before the game. He said it feels totally different this year than last year here at the World Series for him and his teammates that are back. Ball 2 inside, in part, Woody, because he said last year they kind of steamrolled their competition at regionals and they kind of relaxed a little bit. This year the regional was a lot tougher. They lost to Excelsior from Minnesota on day 2, had to win 4 straight over the span of a couple of days. Runners coming home, nobody's covering the plate, everybody's safe, moving up 90 feet, and Nebraska doubles their lead. Jackson Makovica, an authoritative, confident break to the plate.
Well, you got to give Nieto credit for the block. I mean, just to be able to get in front of it as far outside it was, but I don't think it really mattered. You know, he got a great jump there at third and read it good.
Makovica saw it the whole way. Now 3-1 to Larson. That's up high. Second walk for Kalai. Bases loaded again for Delay Odolate. And remember, first 2 batters in this inning were retired. There was 2 outs, bases empty. And now 4 straight men have reached. Makovica got it started with a single, then 2 walks and a hit by pitch.
Looks like we're going to see Nate Schultz going down to warm up in the Michigan bullpen.
Delay Odolate trying to put a crooked number on the board. Fouls it off, strike 1.
Such a great name. Love the name.
It's a good name. He's a good ball player. Back to what Larson was saying, he thought that the road that they took to get here had them enter Shelby with a little bit of a different mindset, more focused, more confident, more ready, more intense. Had to win 4 straight in a span of 48 hours after that loss to the Minnesota team, Excelsior. Two and 1 to Odolate. This is the 61st game of Legion ball this season for Lincoln, Nebraska post 500. They are 53-7. A lot of games, a lot of wins.
But they, you know, this is the one post that is all from one high school.
Yep.
You know, so they played together in high school. They made all the way to the finals, and they got beat in the finals. And
it's a big high school of about 1,700 students, but every other team here is a group of kids from all different high schools in a region.
Right.
Michael Lonick, who coaches at Lincoln East High School, keeps this group together. They've got great chemistry, great trust and belief in each other. Nowhere to put Odolate, and he drives it in the air deep to left. Look out! Goodbye baseball! Grand slam, Lincoln, Nebraska. Delay Odolate, take a bow. It's your World Series moment.
Well, we talked about in the open, if the guys can get on in front of some of these guys like him, the way he's swinging at 2 hits yesterday and seeing the ball well now. That was a no-doubter right there.
The first home run for any Lincoln batter here at this year's American Legion World Series.
And he got every bit of it.
And he knew it. What a thrill for Delay Odolate. And it's 6-0 for Lincoln post 500. And Midland looks stunned.
You know, you had to wonder when one of these teams, you know, because they have some good bats, when they were going to break loose.
That one hooking foul down the left field line off Braden Erickson's bat. More 2-out RBIs. All 6 runs coming with 2 outs in the first couple of innings. Erickson golfs one high in the air to right. Gabe Wegener underneath it, and that retires the side. but my goodness, the damage most certainly done. Delay Odolate wakes up and delivers a grand slam for Lincoln, Nebraska, 6-0. Michael, Delay finally got a hold of him. What do you see as he stepped in the box?
Yeah, I mean, we did a great job there with 2 outs. You know, we got kind of a little inside-out single to turn the, and then a long walk to turn the lineup over. So really, really good job by those 2 guys at the bottom. And we got it to Delay, and yeah, he was ready to hit. He didn't miss that one, that's for sure.
Hey, Michael, it's Woody, man. So what do you see with Kalai out on the mound in the first inning?
Yeah, I mean, Kalai was super sharp, super competitive. He threw 4 pitches for strikes, and he's just going to have to keep attacking now. He's got a little bit of a lead, but we need a shutdown inning here. That's a really, really good team in the other dugout, and we got a lot of baseball left to play.
All right, Michael, good luck the rest of the way. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Yeah,
good luck.
He's not satisfied. He wants a shutdown inning here.
Yeah, I mean, we could hear him, before he came on, shut down, and that's what you got to do as a pitcher, put a 0 up.
Jaden Mieske leads off, the cleanup hitter for Midland, Michigan.
But I can promise you, Michigan is not going to give up. They're going to battle.
There's one of those 4 pitches that Larson can spin in there for a strike. Fastball for strike 2. Jaden Mieske's 4 for 9 here at the World Series with a double. He's also walked a couple of times. He's only been struck out once. Make it twice. Off speed, away. Mieske chases it. That's 3 strikeouts and 4 hitters for Kalai Larson.
Well, last night you and I were sitting around after the game, and we were talking about how much you like Kalai when you were sitting in the stands watching him and fastball away, but he's painting.
So Gabe Wegener climbs in from the left side and chops it to second. Brody McIntyre throws to first for out number 2. Quick outs are pitchers' best friends.
Yes, they are.
Especially when pitch count is a factor. Yeah. No Legion Ball pitcher can throw more than 105 in a game. And Larson threw 24 pitches yesterday. So Michael Lonick told me before the game, we're going to let him, whether it's 30 pitches or 60 pitches, whatever he can give us, we're going to get from him.
Well, I'm betting we see him this entire game.
He certainly has come out sharp. See if he can maintain it in this heat. From your experience, how does heat impact a pitcher over the course of the game from an endurance factor?
Well, I think we saw that when, he stole second, then they put a courtesy runner in for him. And you really just want to stay off of your feet. That's the main thing as a pitcher, is being able to sit down and rest for a few minutes.
Swing and a miss. Roper down by way of the K. That's 6 up, 6 down for Kalai Larson against this Midland lineup. Hitting the next chapter of Little League World Series history. New pitcher on the mound for Midland, Michigan. Aryan Punjabi moved from left field to the mound. This will be his second appearance of the World Series. He pitched 2 2/3 in pool play. Gave up 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 walks and a strikeout. Michigan needs Punjabi to put a couple of zeros on the board and give their bats a chance.
Yeah, he needs to put a 0 up and get them back in the dugout to hit.
Cade Anderson leads off for Lincoln, and it's a leaping catch at third by Jay Roper. Oh, that looked destined for the left field corner. Anderson thinking extra bases, and he'll take a right-hand turn and head back to the dugout with nothing. 1 away.
Anderson's still looking for his first hit, and hit it hard, but no go.
Here's Trevor Roach. Roach flew out to Dominowski in center field to start the second. Nebraska scoring 1 in the first, 5 in the second. All 6 runs coming with 2 outs. Erickson RBI double. Makovica scored on a wild pitch, and then the grand slam. That ball driven deep to the gap in right center by Roach. But Dominowski will have the room, and he hauls it in. And now there are 2 outs, and Lincoln can start trying to score.
Well, like you said, that's what we see a lot here at this